And that is the last of it. Hello and welcome to One North Maine BCA's magazine show, where we highlight the people, places, and events that make this city, our city, great. We have a special episode today. It's cleanup time in and around Brockton. And that is the last of it. Ooh. Hello and welcome to One North Maine BCA's magazine show, where we highlight the people, places, and events that make this city, our city, great. It's that time of year. It's cleanup season, and we have two special cleanups to show you. The Brockton Housing Authority and Brockton Redevelopment Authority did their spring 2015 cleanup, and the annual Keep Brockton Beautiful Day took place. They were fabulous. The city looks good. Sit back and relax and see what your community, the City of Champions, has to offer. Man, I came to clean up. I came over to the Pliff Academy, the grounds, came to clean up, but it's been done. Keep Brockton Beautiful Day was fantastic. Thanks to students from Pliff Academy, Fan for Change students, and Shoot, amongst many others. The city came together and put on a cleaning clinic. Let's take a look.
Well, we're going to keep Brockton beautiful. That's what we're going to do. Up and down Main Street. That's my job today. And I even got my own sponsored t-shirts by Torrey & Associates Real Estate, Mayor's Office, B21, and the Main Street Managers Program. And I have 30 young gentlemen from Bridgewater State University and Brockton High School coming out to give all the efforts to make sure that we succeed in making Brockton beautiful. Now, Brockton is the best place in the world to be. I've been here for 61, well, I don't want to tell you how old I am.
Okay.
Well, I already did, I guess.
Yeah.
61 years, and I'll tell you, Brockton has been nothing but great to me and great to his constituency. And I'm telling you, we're going forward, and everything great is happening here in Brockton.
Keep Brockton beautiful! Keep Brockton beautiful!
It's been a great event over the last 11 years. We've lucked out again with the weather, which is good. That's great. But it's great community event where you see all sorts of people, young and old, come out, and it's wonderful when you go around the city and you see people out there, just picking up trash or just getting the streets in better shape. And after the winter we've had, we really need it this year. So.
Well, I think you and Councilor Petty back in the day on the council, when you came up with this whole concept, I think it was under Mayor Eunice's administration.
We worked with Jack Eunice, Todd, actually one of the people who he was Council Ward 1, Dr. Greg Miller. He was also involved with it, and we've been carrying on into now 4 different administrations. It's something that each mayor has taken on and provided the support to get the folks out there and get the equipment out there to get the city clean.
Now, you mentioned it was a particularly tough winter, as we all know. Going down Pleasant Street now, all of a sudden there are trees, and it's clean, and there's a new market. What do you think about all the changes in the city, and is that going to help make Brockton more beautiful?
Well, yes, it has. The road construction, some of the streets have been in terrible shape, and Pleasant Street, I know a lot of people complain about West Elm Street. that's on the way. So the resources are coming from both state and federal, and I think the city's using them well, and the city's looking great.
Well, thanks for doing what you do.
Thank you too.
Going to be at DW Field Park, at Brockton, and at Sprague. So we're going to be cleaning up a good portion of the city.
Now, I bet
and we're happy to do it.
Now, I bet you have a posse with you today. How
we
many
do.
people?
19. They're all at the park already.
I think we have a great turnout. There's a lot of new faces, which we're excited about. We also had a lot of people that pre-registered, so they already have their stuff and already out there cleaning. So I'm excited, and the weather is amazing. It's perfect weather for cleaning up. So
not too hot, not too cold. Ward 7, your specific ward. Do you know where people are going in your ward?
I do. Actually, we have them at Westgate Mall, which is we have a lot of, unfortunately, trash that accumulates around the mall. And we have a big group. As you saw, one of the ladies from the Garden Club, they're up at DW cleaning up around DW and around DW Fields Park. So I'm excited. Those are my big ones. And then we have some people just in the streets and stuff. But those are the big projects.
Okay, now, is Brockton getting more beautiful by the day with the improvements that you've seen here as a city council? We got Pleasant Street reconstruction, new trees over there, Vincente's downtown. What do you think?
We're always working on becoming more beautiful. I think it is, and it's all about being positive, and beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So.
So far, we're over 250 people signed up, and we've got more and more coming on the way. As you can see, we haven't signed up, so we're probably going to at least push 300 in the next few minutes, and who knows from there. There's still more sign-up time.
Now, what's the whole point of this? To just make the city beautiful to start with? It's been a tough winter.
It has been a tough winter, and as the snowbanks fade, the trash comes out for the spring. And yes, that is the whole point, is to have people take pride in their community, come out and help us clean up, do a spring cleaning for the city.
Now, do you think people are more concerned these days about the environment and everything in the city, and this is their way to help?
I think they are. I think in the last few years since we started this event, people have become more aware. They're more aware of not littering to begin with by throwing things out their car window and different things like that. And they are taking ownership and pride in their community.
Now, if people want to know more going forward about recycling or anything, you're the guy to call. What's your number, and just how can people help more than just one day a year?
Okay, my number is 508-580-7827. That's the Brockton Recycle Center. And we will assist community groups anytime during the year. All they need to do is call us. We pre-arrange something so that we know it's there. We'll let them use tools. We'll give them equipment if they need it, and we will pick up whatever they clean up. We'll pick that up at the end of the day and make sure that it all looks nice at the end of the day.
Shoot and face will keep Brockton beautiful. Yay!
I'm here primarily to personally thank as many of the volunteers as I can, express my appreciation as to the great work that's being done everywhere. You know, Mark, as you know, this was a great event long before I became the mayor, so I think what we've tried to do is continue the tradition of Keep Brockton Beautiful Day and try to make it a little bigger and a little better every year, and I really think we've got some real enthusiasm this year, and the weather's cooperated, and this is a great day for the city. I think what we're going to try to do differently is we're going to try to continue to build upon this event today throughout the remainder of the spring and the summer. And we're going to look to do neighborhood cleanups on a regular basis throughout the spring and the summer, maybe even incorporating neighborhood cookouts with it. So I think coming out of this today, and we're really excited about today's event, but I think what could be really great for us is if we could use this to build momentum and then go neighborhood by neighborhood across the city, doing some of the same type of thing, bringing some support, bringing some materials, throwing a cookout. We've had some conversations with the Just Checking In Foundation, and they may co-sponsor those with us. But I'd really like to extend this, the big cleanup for the entire city, but then let's go neighborhood by neighborhood across this city, get rid of the trash, get rid of the graffiti, get rid of the drunk cars, and really take back our neighborhoods.
I think it's a good for the whole community and the volunteers that we get to come in and clean this city up with all the the excess trash. Whatever was left over from the winter, which was a rough winter, created a lot of rubbish and trash flying all over the place. So I think it's a great effort for everybody to come out and help out.
Now, you have a great department. You have very hard-working folks in it. Budget being what it is, it's not enough. So do you want to see more people out there helping you guys and cleaning up? Patrick said all they have to do is call the recycling office, and they can do it all year round.
I really would. I mean, we live in this city. We should try to keep it clean, and everybody should pitch in.
Well, it's one of my favorite days that the city puts on. It first started, I believe it was Tom Brophy and, City Councilor, what is his name?
Greg Miller
Greg
and Todd
Miller
Petty, all
and
three
Todd
of them.
Petty, wonderful people, all really care about keeping the city clean. I attended the first one, and I've been here every year. I think everyone should get out there and clean up their neighborhood as a way to give back to our community and make it a better place for everyone to live.
Now, Michelle, you're someone that really believes in environmentalism
Right.
and keeping things clean and everything like that. How good is it to get people out and engaged on a day like today?
It's so great because what it does is it shows people that they do have a role to play in making their community a better place, that we just don't just sit back and wait for the refuse department to come and pick it up. And even though people shouldn't be throwing litter on the ground, if they do throw it out, we shouldn't just leave it there. So I think it's really good. It sends a good message that we're all personally responsible for our own community and what we can do, these little things that we can do to make it a better place, that we should just lend a hand.
Keep Brockton beautiful. Keep Brockton beautiful.
I always want to come back to the park in memory of her. And I was, as you know, once a Ward 2 councilor, so this is the heart of Ward 2 right here. So.
Now, this is now a beautiful park. It was totally renovated between the state and the city of Brockton. You must be pleased with this. I know we had a tragic incident, but it's a safe park. It's a beautiful park.
Yeah, they did a nice job. We were able to get a park grant from the state, and I know Tom Monahan had a lot of meetings. He's the current Ward 2 councilor with the residents to see what they wanted to put here, and they did a nice job right here. It is unfortunate what happened a couple weeks ago with the kids that were fighting down here, but those kids, I believe, weren't from the neighborhood. They came from outside the area, and they were just looking to cause trouble. Most of the kids who utilize the park are good, decent kids who come from good families. And across the way, when I first came in, there was some nice kids playing basketball. There's some nice kids walking and getting some exercise in there today. And they got the skateboard park over here, and the baseball teams are still able to use the baseball field as well. So they've done a great job with the park. I know a little bit about the winter, though, with the snow. We got to do some repairing of the fence on the outside, but other than that, the park is looking fantastic. Well, you know, Brockton is still a great community. It's a great city, and most of the people here are good, decent people, and it's good to give efforts and volunteer. There's a lot of other activities going on today. I know there's a march from the high school. There's a open house on for Firefighters Union Hall today. They just renovated that after the flooding problem they had. Tomorrow is a walk for cancer in Brockton, and it's good that we give our input and give our participation in the community. And a lot of good people are in this community, so we're very fortunate in Brockton. It's not us as elected officials who make us the city of champions, and of course we're known by our former sports figures and current sports figures, but it's the people who volunteer day in and day out behind the scenes who are the really unsung heroes.
Here with school committee member Ray Henningsen and his son. Tell us what you're doing. You've been all over the place today.
Well, you know, we're trying to, as you said, keep Brockton beautiful. You know, I think it's important that, you know, the first part of being an elected official is about service, and that's what we're doing today, is giving back to our community and making sure we clean up our area.
Now, you having fun?
Yes. Yeah, I'm having lots of fun cleaning up Brockton.
Cleaning up Brockton. It's a beautiful day, huh?
Yeah.
You could be doing other things, but you're here. with
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's vitally important. I think it's like I said, you know, service starts with service, and that as a community member, as an elected official, you know, we have to be out there. We have to lead by example, and that's what, you know, we're trying to show these kids, is that, you know, you can give back to your community in multiple ways, and this is a great way to do so.
Okay, today we were cleaning up around the fairgrounds, the fence around the fairgrounds, and picking up all the trash, and basically we buddied up everybody, and we gave them a trash bag and one of those, I don't know what they're called, the trash pickers.
Yeah.
And we basically we had one person open the bag, and so like we had like this whole system going on, and it worked out perfectly. So
I had fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed working with everybody and eating. My favorite part,
okay.
yeah.
Which we're keeping you from doing, right?
Yeah.
Anything you want to say about the program, either one of you?
The program, it's a really great program, especially for people that need help with leadership skills and talking, like publicly speaking. And yeah, it helps with teamwork a lot because we learn how to work with each other and like not give each other attitude and all that stuff. So we learn how to work well with each other and positive.
Another thing I'd like to say is like we're all basically a family, and we're all very close with each other, and it's extremely like diverse. Like no one has problems with each other really. In the end, like we're basically a family. We love to work together, and we learn like the program. It makes something great of us, and we're glad to represent the Boxer Battalion, and I feel proud of everyone that's here today.
St. Miguel Moreau Sorority is an international community service organization. We're on the alumni level, we're city-based. On the undergraduate level, we're chapter-based. We're very active on the alumni level, technically utilizing our resources and leveraging our resources to contribute to the community, fill any gaps in service, supplement current programs that are going on. So part of investing in our community is making sure that we're engaged in community efforts and that we support those. So on the alumni level, we all have degrees. Most of us are master's degree holding, and we're professionals, just giving our time, volunteering to be a part of the community effort.
Thank you for all you do. This is a citation, celebration of your tireless dedication and commitment to the Brockton community as recipient of the 2014 Good Samaritan Medical Center James Edgar Community Service Award by having the honor forever proclaimed on a plaque bearing your name in downtown Brockton. It's signed by State Senator Tom Kennedy, myself, Mike Brady, Representative Michelle Dubois, and Representative Claire Cronin, and the Speaker of the House, Robert DeLeo. So congratulations, and I wish I got it to you sooner. Let's give a round of applause for Dr. Applin.
Should have brought the gloves. Mayor Carpenter, the Brockton Redevelopment Authority, and Brockton Housing Authority partnered up again for their annual spring cleanup. They started over on Wyman Street and made their way all the way over to Pleasant Street. We were there for the action. Well, let's take a look.
Each year we do this, and we have some very steady supporters. First, I'd like to recognize there are a number of commissioners here from the Brockton Housing Authority, Commissioner Trask and Commissioner Texera. I want to thank you for the support that you've brought to this type of event. And remember what this event is all about. It's just coming together as a community and telling people that we care about this neighborhood. We've done it all throughout the city. We did it down in Campello last year. This year we'll do it here. This piece of property is owned by the Brockton Housing Authority, and hopefully someday we'll find something that we can do here that really contributes to the rise of the neighborhood. And it really is a neighborhood that's on the rise, so I appreciate that. I want to thank, I see Commissioner of the Southeastern Mass Affordable Housing Corporation, Mrs. Pesovich. We just showed up, so thank you very much for coming. And we have Commissioner O'Malley and Commissioner Carbonara here. These people give commitment. There's no pay for being on these boards. You come out and you do the work. So it should be a great day. I don't know if you've been to events with the mayor before, but he usually double and triple books himself. He's always somewhere, so Nick has promised that he's going to be here in a moment. Would like to give him a couple seconds so that he could kick us off this morning and go out and just be safe and hopefully have some smiles and talk to some people you don't know, because the people here today are people who care about our community and are going to be part of the renaissance of the city of Brockton. So thank you very much for coming in.
Mayor Carpenter is here, and I'd like him to kick this off and say a couple words as we get out and start doing our thing here. Mayor?
Well, first of all, I want to apologize for being late. I was on my way over here earlier this morning, and there was a call for another overdose death, and so I went to that, and I didn't want to leave until I had a chance to speak to the mother of the young man that died this morning. So I apologize for not getting here on time. This is a great effort. I can't tell you how much I appreciate Brockton Housing Authority along with the Brockton Redevelopment Authority, all of our sponsors that have come out. You know, we're all working together so hard to create clean and safe neighborhoods. And sometimes safe neighborhoods begin by picking up trash, removing graffiti, getting junk cars out, fixing broken windows, so that people can have pride in the neighborhood that they live in. And so this is a very important part of what we're trying to do. And you know, as a city, we know we can't do this alone. We need everybody, the nonprofit associations, the neighbors, the residents, the people like our sponsors today to help us. So thank you very much on behalf of the city. And let's have a great morning cleaning up the neighborhood, all right?
It's probably heading towards Perkins Park. Kevin?
Yes.
Are we still good to head over towards Perkins Park?
Yeah, I just talked to the officers here. We're going to send a group over to Perkins Park now.
So the group that's going to lead that charge is Father Bill's Work Express. I'm going to join that.
I didn't know the Work Express guys were here.
Yeah, everywhere.
They're the guys taking down all the graffiti.
All right, so we're going to hit the park first. What I'd like to do is get a group that's going to probably start at this end of Wyman, especially the residents. You folks, if you guys want to start this at North Main Street end of Wyman and work back towards this, or if you're a big enough group, start at the North Warren Ave and work your way back so that we come back towards this way. All right, and that'll be great. We do have brooms and we have bags. Anything heavy, if you need any trees chopped or anything like that, just send somebody back, send one of the kids back, and we'll get somebody over there to help you. Okay.
We have another neighborhood cleanup today. We're in the Warren Pleasant area, and we're over near the Wyman Street area in North Main, Perkins Park. I'm here with Mayor Bill Carpenter, Robert Jenkins, Executive Director of the Brockton Redevelopment Authority, and David Texera, who's a commissioner at the BHA, correct? Mayor, how important are cleanups and you know, your whole initiative to get Brockton looking beautiful again?
Well, you know, we appreciate the partnerships. We need strategic partnerships. The city can't do everything by itself. We need volunteers, we need residents, we need agencies like the BRA and the BHA to be willing to partner with the city. And really that's what you see going on here this morning, is a combination of all of those coming together, targeting an area of the city that needs some attention. And as you mentioned, working from Wyman Street up here to Pleasant Street and Warren Avenue and Main Street, and really coming through the entire neighborhood and picking up trash and debris, cutting back weeds and overgrowth. And I think that when we're done here today, this neighborhood will look a lot better than it did yesterday. And I thought it's where we're here right now in the corner of Warren and Pleasant, you know, where later this week Vicente Supermarket will have its grand opening. And just looking around at this neighborhood that we're working in right here, I mean, you can see exactly what can happen when we bring a public-private partnership together. You see a multi-million-dollar investment of private money behind us with Vicente Supermarket but you also see a lot of money being spent by the city, invested by the city in infrastructure with the new lower end of Pleasant Street that's just being completed, the new sidewalks that are being installed here around the Vicente's shopping center plaza. So, you know, by bringing those things together, as people now come back into this north end of the downtown business district, it's a completely revitalized area. And now the key for us is to continue to branch out from here. Robert always talks about infilling. You know, we've got some great projects going around the downtown. David and his company made a major investment in downtown a couple years ago when they bought the former Hanson Printing Company and brought that property back. So as we continue to have successful projects throughout the downtown, now we strategize as to how do we infill and continue moving forward. And you know, a day like today is one part of that.
Do you see it all coming together? You got all the players in place. You have a city planner, you have a downtown manager, the BRA, the BHA, everybody working together all on the same page.
Well, I think what you could say is that during our first term, we've built a team. And we've changed the approach. We don't have individual initiatives anymore. I think we've managed to get the egos out of the room, and we have the B21 and the Downtown Brockton Association. We have a Main Street manager now. We have the BRA and Robert as a strategic partner with us. And we've rebuilt or reestablished a planning and economic development agency within City Hall, bringing Robert May in as our new city planner, but also hiring a junior planner and continuing to expand that department in my plans for next year. So, yeah, I think we've brought the team together. We're just getting started, but I think for the first time in a long time, people feel as though the city as a whole, our economy, but particularly this downtown area, that we've got the downtown moving in the right direction. For the first time in a long time, we have private investment coming into downtown. Vicente Supermarket is not a government agency. You're going to see some other projects going soon at 19 Main Street, at the former Kresge building. Those are projects being done with private capital. And that's when we know we're making progress in getting the downtown revitalized, is not just being able to attract government money down here. Government money's got to be the catalyst. It's not the answer. It's how we prime the pump. And now we begin to see project of private capital being invested into downtown Brockton. I think that's what's it's exciting. It's exciting today to see the neighborhood cleanup. It'll be exciting this week to be here to be part of the grand opening of Vicente Supermarket.
We'll be here with you. Brockton Redevelopment Authority disappeared off the face of the map, came back. You were involved in everything all around the scenes. How's that playing in with planning, economic development, and this is your initiative? I mean, every year there's a partnership for this cleanup.
Sure, it's a real initiative for the Redevelopment Authority to get the neighborhoods involved. We've always been neighborhood-based, working with the neighbors, even in the cleanups especially, because they're the start of the spring, the summer. We get the neighbors to take a look at their neighborhoods, and then they get to know what else is going on. The mayor spoke to our cleanup earlier this morning, talked about the things just like now, talk about the things that are going on in the neighborhood, but it's a way of letting people know, and the residents of Brockton, feeling that there's a difference, there's a change coming in the city, and they need to be part of it.
Okay, anything else you want to promote for the BRA?
Sure, the BRA is always our first-time home buyer classes through Neighbor Works. We also do home improvement loans. Contact the BRA. Go to our website. We do, I mean, in the city, just so that folks know, we concentrate a lot on home ownership. We also concentrate on a lot of rehab, homeowner rehab, one and two family units. Come into the BRA, call our office. There's a lot we're doing, a lot of stuff going on in the city, Mark.
Perfect, thank you. The mayor mentioned your renovation of the former Hanson Printing Company and successful business over there, but you're also a commissioner now for the Brockton Housing Authority. What do you think, how does the Housing Authority play into all of this?
You know, it's a big plan into the Brockton Housing Authority into this. This is my first year doing this, and it's my pleasure to be on the board as a commission. And again, with the business that we own in the city, we bought the Hanson Printing, and we wanted to keep up to the date and make sure that neighborhood also it's up to the date. And by doing, if all the citizens that live in the city do a part, do their own part, I think we'll move forward. And the city's definitely moving.